Hello and welcome everyone to your Wednesday edition of the Daily 8 on the News 8 Live Desk. Phil Penarski here with some of the top stories of the day. We do have a lot to get through, so let's get straight into our show with our very first story of the day. And today, of course, marks 23 years since the September 11th terrorist attacks. Ceremonies and tributes all across West Michigan and the rest of the country are underway and will continue throughout the day. We saw a few already take place in Grand Rapids with the Scout Salute at the Gerald R. Ford Presidential Museum earlier this morning. We are also live streaming the tributes happening at Memorial Plaza in New York City at the site of the World Trade Center. You can follow all of these ceremonies honoring the nearly 3,000 people who died in the attacks on air and online today with Wood TV 8. And we head to Ottawa County now. That's where authorities say that a man was arrested for allegedly crashing into a woman's car and then sexually assaulting her at a gas station. That's according to the Ottawa County Sheriff's Office. They say that the incident happened on Sunday night at a gas station in Port Sheldon Township. Investigators say that the man followed the woman into a gas station along US 31 after crashing into her vehicle. They say the man then physically and sexually assaulted her. She was able to fight off the suspect and he fled before deputies were able to arrive on the scene. He was, though, later arrested in Muskegon the next day. At this time, the suspect's identity has not been released by the Sheriff's Department as criminal charges are still pending in that case. And something we're keeping an eye on right now over in Lansing, Michigan, Attorney General Dana Nessel has announced that her office has officially closed its investigation into Michigan State University's handling of the Larry Nassar sexual abuse scandal. The investigation began earlier this year after the university sent over 6,000 previously held back documents on this case. The MSU Board of Trustees claimed attorney-client privilege for hanging on to the documents when they were first asked to be sent back in 2018. However, the Attorney General's office said that these documents did not offer any new insight into how MSU handled the Nassar case. Thus, Nessel announced they would be closing their case into the matter. The Attorney General added that closing the investigation was, quote, disappointing, and that, quote, there remains no fulfilling answer to the question of how long the abuse was able to be perpetuated on so many for so long. And shifting gears here now back to Grand Rapids, an iconic burger joint in the city's northeast side has announced it has plans to close. Fat Boy has been around in the city of Grand Rapids since the 1950s, and after a series of difficult years, the owners say it's time for them to shut down. They made an announcement officially on their social media pages yesterday, citing the COVID-19 pandemic, inflation, and construction projects in the area leading to its closure. The owners did say, though, that they plan on staying open through the end of the month to give employees enough time to find a new job and also give customers one last chance to say goodbye. And mark your calendars for October 26th as the Mid-Michigan Honor Flight is holding a cornhole tournament fundraiser. It'll take place at the Cedar Rock Sportsplex in Cedar Springs. It's $50 to enter the tournament, and there will also be raffles, drawings, and food available as well. All of the proceeds raised by the tournament will go towards helping provide free trips for veterans to military memorials all across Washington, D.C. And the city of Norton Shores has approved a contract to start work on a new trail that will connect two parks along Lake Michigan's lake shore. It'll be known as the Lake Harbor Trail and will connect the P.J. Hoffmaster State Park and the Lake Harbor Park. It's about a 2-mile stretch that will now be connected together, and it will cost about $1.7 million to complete this project. Work is expected to start later on this fall and be completed by the same time next year. Let's now take a step aside and get you a look at your forecast. Here is Storm Teammate meteorologist Matt Kirkwood.
And we have a little shortwave moving through, producing some clouds, some showers that will stay up to our north. Could get a couple sprinkles from Big Rapids northward, but we'll end the day with full sunshine. And look at this, highs all the way in the mid-80s, about 10 degrees above average. And the humidity levels, tolerable, gentle wind out of the south-southwest. Heading to Lakeshore, though, 78 degrees, a little bit cooler there. Waves, though, 1 to 2 feet, and I highly recommend it. We're looking at basically summer in September continuing, no significant rainfall in sight. We've gone 2 weeks with just 1 day of measurable rain. and there's nothing except warm temperatures and sunshine in this 8-day forecast. We'll see some high-level clouds spread in Thursday night and through Friday, and they'll continue through the weekend. That's going to be the remnants of what used to be hurricane, or what is currently Hurricane Francine. And then we could set a record, or very close to it, of 80-degree temperatures consecutively.
All right, thanks, Matt. And we end today's show with some good news for students that are currently enrolled at the University of Detroit Mercy. You are now enrolled in a top 50 school in the country, according to the Wall Street Journal. The news outlet's top colleges and universities list was released last week, and the University of Detroit Mercy came in at number 43, joining the University of Michigan as the only other school in the state to crack the top 50. The Wolverines came in at number 22. All in all, there are about 16 schools in the state of Michigan ranked in the Wall Street Journal's top 500 schools in the country. Princeton University took home the top overall spot on the list. All right, well, that is going to do it for us and wrap things up on today's edition of the Daily A. Join us again tomorrow for 8 more stories that you need to know for your Thursday. I want to thank everybody so much for tuning into this latest edition of the News 8 Live Desk. I'm Phil Pinarski, and we hope you have a great rest of your day.